Now, since I've been getting so many messages about it, I wanted to give my opinion on that new J. Cole song that dropped the other day. And of course, as you can see from the title, I'll be talking about two other topics as well. One on the game disrespecting Kanye West, and the other one on Tory Lanez challenging the rap game. I will leave a timeline in the description below just in case you're not interested in hearing about all of these topics. But let's not waste any time and let's talk about this new J. Cole song titled Middle Child.
Niggas been counting me out, I'm counting my bullets, I'm loading my clips, I'm writing down names, I'm making a list, I'm checking it twice and I'm getting them hit.
I was actually having a lot of mixed feelings regarding this track when I heard it for the first time. First of all, the autotune, or should I say what sounds to be autotune because I'm not even sure if that's what it really is, but the vocal effect, should I say, that was being used definitely caught me off guard because I've never heard J. Cole using anything like that in any of his music, at least from what I can think about off the top of my head. Clearly he was going for more of a banger than anything. I mean, everything from the instrumental of the track to parts like this where he's saying that he's poured something in his cup, of course referring to alcohol, and then as you can see on that second line he talks about how he's been looking for something he can feel, which might be another way of him telling people he's numb in some kind of way, because it's been a while since I saw J. Cole dropping references about alcohol. He's of course done it in the past, but this might just be a product of the place he's currently in his career. And when I say this, I'm talking about the collabing with so many different artists, specifically trap rappers. Speaking of that, that's exactly what Middle Child to me is a result of. I've talked about it in the past. To me, it seems like J. Cole's purpose more than anything is involving himself in the rap game at the moment rather than isolating himself from it, and that's why this new track from him sounds the way it sounds. To me, more than anything, what I'm hearing is a part of him that wants to incorporate something like strong melodies that everyone can bump to regardless if they're a fan of him or not. And since this was a single, which means it is gonna get a lot of attention and J. Cole knows that, I feel like he wanted to use this opportunity to make a couple things clear. One of them is of course the fact that he is the greatest rapper alive as we speak, which is a very common thing for any rapper to say, so I don't even think we should raise an eyebrow here. But as you can see on this part, he also pays homage to the greats. Even though he is heavily involving himself with the new wave, the fact that he's including the OGs in a conversation and letting it be known is a very good thing to see, and this is exactly what I was talking about on this video when I said that J. Cole wanted to be a part of the solution. He's going out of his way to create a bridge between the older and younger generation in hip-hop by number one making a track like Middle Child, which of course appeals way more to the younger audience. But then again, while that younger audience is bumping the song, they're gonna hear someone they respect paying his respect to the OGs, which in a way creates that bridge that I'm talking about. All in all, I'm actually feeling this track. I think it was a dope record, and it is a little bit surprising for me to say because as I said earlier in the video, I was having some mixed feelings regarding it. But let's just say that I listened to the song about 5 times yesterday, and that should tell you what I genuinely think about it. But let's move on to the next topic that I want to talk about in this video, which is the game disrespecting Kanye West. Now, the other day you might have seen that the game was trending all over Twitter for a snippet that was posted on social media, and in that snippet there were some very, and I mean very, disrespectful lyrics about Ye's wife, which is of course Kim Kardashian.
I held Kim Kardashian by a throat, nigga. I made her swallow my kids until she choked, nigga. I should apologize, cause Ye my folks, nigga.
I can't be the only one who thought that was just lame as fuck. I mean, if this was aimed at someone else other than Kanye, people would be making a really big deal about it to the point of wanting to cancel the game. But because we're talking about Kanye West and the Kanye hate train seems to be in full effect, it is acceptable. I'm not saying that people aren't against what the game said, but I just haven't seen too many people speaking out against it. Let me just keep it all the way real. I don't really care whether or not Ye supports Donald Trump or not, because that's exactly what this is about. I've never been a fan of Kanye or any artist for that matter because of their political stance. I mean, I could care less who he supports, and I'm saying that because I have no interest in looking at anything but the music. There's of course times where it's hard to separate the art from the artist. For example, R. Kelly, how the fuck is this man even free? But everything that has to do with hating Kanye seems to be fueled from this one thing, who he supports politically. And me personally, I'm just not rocking with that because that's not why I, even listen to Kanye's music in the first place. But when it comes to what the game said though, the biggest issue I have with this is how are you gonna blatantly disrespect someone who potentially opened doors for you and helped you earlier in your career?
Like Kanye West coming back from his fatal accident to beat making and rapping, but
that was the Dreams instrumental Kanye produced for the game, and that was the same year he was also featured on Late Registration. And then in 2012 the game said this:
Kanye with Kim now, I'm happy for that nigga. Disrespect him or his wifey, I'll slap you for that nigga.
Well, I guess the game is gonna have to slap the fuck out of himself now. Even J. Cole himself had a subliminal diss towards Kanye on Middle Child, but of course it wasn't on the game's level. All in all, I just think this was extremely corny by the game, and to me it's clearly a cloud chasing move. And don't forget that he previewed this as new music, which means that he has an album coming out. So yeah, this is his way of promoting his album, which is just straight up corny in my eyes. But let's move on to the last topic, which is regarding regarding Tory Lanez challenging the rap game. So the other day, you might have seen that a lot of people were talking about Tory Lanez because of something that he said on Twitter, and this is what he said. "I'm the best rapper alive right now. I will body any of y'all niggas out, period. And for anybody denying what I'm saying, that's cool. Just remember your favorite rapper wouldn't step up last time. Don't tell me nothing about Cole or Pusha T either, some of my favorite rappers, but I gave them both an equal opportunity to go bar for bar with me and they weren't ready. I will become the biggest artist in the world one day. I will also be known as the best artist at all aspects of my craft. I don't care if you doubt me now, you will see for yourself in due time." I saw a lot of people who were knocking him for what he said, which I don't think is necessary at all. I mean, I think every single rapper or even every single aspiring rapper should have this kind of energy coming out of them. And coming from Tory Lanez, I'm not even surprised because this was the same guy who said that he could out-rap both Kendrick and J. Cole. The fact that he also held his own and in my opinion took the W on that Joyner Lucas back and forth really says something about how underestimated he actually is. Although I don't personally think he's the best rapper alive at all, I do think he deserves way more credit than he's currently getting, and that's what I personally have to say about that. Now, what's your opinion on everything that I talked about in this video? First of all, when it comes to that new J. Cole track, are you liking it or are you not liking it? And then regarding the game disrespecting Kanye, do you agree with me when I say that what he did was extremely corny? And then let me know what you have to say about Tory Lanez's comments. Do you have any strong opinions regarding that? Definitely let me know in the comment section below and let's have a discussion about this.